Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Matt. I'm Pop-Pop.
I'm Daniel.
And we're some of the Veggie Boys.
Young girl.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because we can grow a lot of stuff on the farm, but one thing we can't grow is this channel without your help. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to have you with us today. We're out for a little ride on the four-wheeler, just taking a quick look at the crops. Things have been looking great. We got an unexpected ½ inch of rain last night, which is why I'm wearing a different pair of boots. I left my other boots outside because they were stinky last night and I didn't know it was gonna rain. But anyway, that ½ inch of rain, it was unexpected, but we'll still take it. The thing is, we are expected to receive more rain later on. We've had flood warnings all over the place. And because the rain's gonna be pretty severe later on, we've got some jobs that we desperately need to get taken care of. So with an early start, that means we're gonna get heading over to the farm market, get the animals taken care of, and then get to picking. We've got a special driver this morning. Tracy is gonna be driving for the first thing that we're harvesting, and she brought 2 cups. 2 cups, just to make sure. Before we head out to the fields, I have something that I have to do, and that's fill up my bottle with today's sponsor, Element. I always drink plenty of water, but with the physical work that we do, sometimes I do need a little extra help. Element is a tasty electrolyte drink mix that has everything that you need and nothing that you don't. So that means a lot of salt and no sugar. What's cool is that Element is formulated to help anybody with their electrolyte needs. So if you're following a keto, paleo, or low carb diet, you have nothing to worry about. One of the biggest reasons why I like using Element as much as I can is because it helps to prevent muscle fatigue, headaches, you know, a lot of the problems you receive from being a farmer, you also receive from being dehydrated. What's cool is Element is offering my listeners a free sample pack with any order. You can get a free 8-count sample pack of Element's most popular flavors, and the way you can do that is by visiting drinkelement.com/theveggieboys. And I just want to mention, this deal is only available through my link. It's for my viewers. You have to go to drinkelement.com/theveggieboys. You can either go there or you can visit the link in the description. So get yourself some Element, give it a shot, find out what your favorite flavor is, or share it with a friend. I'm drinking the raspberry flavor, and I hope you guys really enjoy it because I definitely do. Thank you to Element for sponsoring today's video. We just made it out to the fields. The tractor is now here. We're gonna be harvesting sweet corn. The exciting thing is we are in a new patch of sweet corn that has not dealt with as much deer damage and animal pressure as our last patch had. So the sweet corn should be nicer and the ears should be nicer as well. We just got our bin of sweet corn harvested. It looks really, really good. I had said at the beginning of the field that we shouldn't see too much crop damage in this field, but look what I just found. Looks like something was in here. I don't know if it's raccoons, but whatever it was knocking down corn and then eating it. And I'd say it's only right there, but if we move up a little bit further, here's another little patch where the animals have given us some problems. I see a little bit more down the aisleway, but nothing too crazy, nothing to be too upset about. The variety that we were just picking is called Allure. We've raised it for a few years now. It's a really, really nice variety. It's not our favorite variety, but it's pretty good. The thing to keep in mind is we plant like 3 or 4 different varieties in each planting. Sweet corn is one of those crops that it doesn't stay fresh for very long. So we're always continuously harvesting. And another thing that it does is it gets over mature very quickly. So the sweet corn will get tough and starchy, which is something that we don't want to deal with. So we plant 3 or 4 different varieties. They mature at different times. So we can plant every 2 weeks and continuously have fresh, tender sweet corn to harvest. And the variety that we're working on right now, Allure, is a great sweet corn. I mean, look at the corn, it looks beautiful, but it tastes even better. And we appreciate Tracy driving for us. They are taking that back to the farm, and Dad and I are off to look for some broccoli. The broccoli harvest isn't gonna be anything too crazy. We're just grabbing whatever side shoots we can find. We did a pretty good job at a thorough harvest earlier on in the year, but with the intense summer that we've been dealing with, a lot of this stuff has just gone to seed. So anywhere that we can find good offshoots and side shoots, that's what we're grabbing. It's not my favorite type of picking, but we need broccoli, so we're looking. We're all finished with harvesting the broccoli. I just wanted to take a quick walk down to the new planting of cole crops. Look at how these cole crops are growing. The strips of green going out through the field, that is so encouraging to see. We were worried with how hot it's been that these were gonna have some trouble, but the plantings that we put out here are, honestly, they're doing really good. The different types of cabbages and broccolis and cauliflowers that we've got out, they're growing really nicely. And we just finished off, we had a little extra cabbage that we decided to transplant, and it's looking really good over there. We knew it was gonna rain later on today, but we didn't expect it to rain last night into this morning. So getting that stuff planted, we were like, hey, this is gonna work out great. And it worked out better than we had originally thought. So yeah, that's good for us. Dad is gonna be taking that broccoli back to the farm. Daniel had brought the tractor out here. I don't know, he was going for a walk. He's probably looking at everything. We are now gonna be harvesting pickling cucumbers. We are kind of jumping from one job to the other very quickly today. We are concerned about this rain later on. Trying to get everything picked that we needed to, because nobody wants to be out in that rain. Let's see here what we're dealing with today. The last time we were out here picking, it looked like we had a decent amount that we're gonna be ready for today. But you never really know until you hop into the field. And so far, it's looking pretty good. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Just so you have an understanding, the last time we were out here picking, we got 46 of these red baskets of pickling cucumbers, so 46 half bushel, which is a lot, but we were able to get them all sold through the farm market, and that's exactly what we like to do. Callie, I had her out for a ride the other day, and we were looking at everything. She was looking at the cantaloupes and the watermelon, and she was like, can we pick one? And I was explaining to her how we have to wait for they to get ripe, and she said to me, she looks at me and she goes, that's okay, Daddy. Patience is important, but can they hurry up? I was like, I would like if they hurried up too. Are you ready to be a dad yet?
Yep.
You nervous?
Nope.
You're not nervous?
Nope.
And you got nothing to be nervous about.
Like
if you need help, call Lauren. She's a professional. You're gonna be Daddy Daniel and I'm gonna be Uncle Andy.
You ready to be an uncle?
No, I'm super nervous. I don't know if I'm ready to be an uncle. I want to be a good uncle. I want to be the uncles, like the uncles that my kids have. We know Daniel's wife is having one baby, but he keeps finding twin cucumbers, and that happened to me one time.
I found triplets and twins now.
This is getting dangerous out here in the fields today. We're getting into the point of the year where we're gonna have to start talking about a big issue we run into here in the Northeast. As our weather changes, we get later and later into the harvest season, we are gonna start receiving more storms out of the south as hurricane season closes in. Once hurricane season is here and a lot of the storms coming out of the south start moving north, they bring a lot of issues with them. We think of the rain that comes with them and the wind. But another thing that it does is it brings a lot of disease with the storms, and we end up suffering from those diseases. Now, there is a lot of stuff you can do to try and prevent your crops from dying from those diseases. One big thing is using different minerals on your crop. That's probably what we're gonna be looking to do. Now, depending on what you're raising, you might need different things, so it's always important to look that stuff up. But it's something that we have been concerned about, and we've been very careful when moving from planting to planting. Some of the crops that we raise, they don't have a long life as it is, but anything we can do to extend the life of our crop, it's only gonna benefit us. Growing up, sometimes I didn't recognize the need for what we were doing with certain crops and certain things, but our dad would explain it to us as we got older. And that's why it's so important to keep track of what you do with your crop every year, because then you'll know for the following year, if you changed anything, what you would need to change back to ensure that you're getting a good crop. But yeah, back to the subject. With the weather changing, there are some big concerns, but we deal with this every year. We are prepared for it. One big thing we're gonna have to do is just closely look at our crop every time we're picking. If we notice any disease or we find anything that looks off, we'll have to tend to it right away. But today, I'm not finding too many issues in our pickling cucumbers. One thing I am finding is just beautiful, beautiful crop. Starting to feel a slight breeze, and the humidity is definitely dropping. So that means storms are on their way. It was pretty humid this morning as we were feeding animals and taking care of harvesting sweet corn. Now it's really starting to cool off. It's getting pretty comfortable out here. This past week it was so hot, like hot, hot, hot. But now the week coming up, the temperatures are gonna be in the 70s, which is gonna be great for harvesting. I mean, it won't necessarily be great for growing crops. I mean, that hot sunny weather really helps to grow things, but the fact that it's not going to be so brutally hot is definitely going to make it easier on us when we're picking and when we're working out here. Dad had to take that broccoli back to the farm, and while he was gone, Daniel and I just got started picking and got carried away and made it pretty far down our row. So I'm just picking Dad even with us, because it's kind of hard to have conversations when everyone's so far apart. We like to have conversations while we're picking. Making some good progress. My basket will be 8 full baskets that I'm holding, and we still have got quite a ways to go. I had to head back to the wagon to grab a few more baskets. We've been making some good progress. I'd say we're about 80% done with the field for the day, and there is a lot of red baskets along it.
So guys, we got a big problem we gotta show you. Look at this. There's watermelons in the zucchini. Oh, what are we gonna do?
Daniel is pretty upset about this. Like, he's joking around obviously, but he is kind of concerned that the watermelons are gonna choke out our new zucchini.
Oh no, we're not gonna have any zucchini this fall.
We've got like 2 full rows.
There's not gonna be any zucchini.
This is what the zucchini looks like. This was recently just seeded into the ground. We didn't transplant. And then over here, it's a little more difficult to find the zucchini because we've got watermelon growing all around it. And at the opposite end of the field, the watermelon is starting to canopy over the zucchini. Maybe we'll find out like the new way to grow zucchini, but we don't want to do anything about these watermelons because look at them. They look beautiful. It's just a funny issue we didn't think that we'd have an actual issue with. So that's been pretty funny for us. But down below the watermelons, look over here, we got cantaloupe growing, but the cantaloupe have not taken over the field just yet. They still look good, and the cantaloupe are really starting to get some nice size, getting the webbing on it. We definitely had some visitors in the pickling cucumbers last night. It was dry out here, but the rain we had received softened up the ground. Look at these deer tracks we had coming through here. Some smaller deer and some larger deer. I don't necessarily think they were eating anything too much, but yeah, there's some smaller ones, probably some new fawns and with the mamas. We've been tending to see more deer in our local area, which is nice, but it's also a problem. Big problem because the deer like to snack on things, but they're nice to see. They're beautiful creatures. Just like, eat some grass. Eat some grass. Don't eat my pickling cucumbers. We've now made it to the end of the row. We have a decent amount of pickling cucumbers harvested, but before we get them picked up, we're going for a little walk. Daniel had mentioned there's a pumpkin over here we just have to see, so that's where we're off to. This end of the field's a little sloppy. Oh my word. That's a big boy. Is that gonna be bigger than the one we had last year?
I don't know, it's pretty close to the bigger ones.
This is third generation off those pumpkins. We've been saving seeds for a few years now. This is one of the ones we planted. That is a big, big boy. Did you find any others?
There's one down there.
Not as big as this one though?
Not as big as this one.
Yeah, it's cool though.
You need to see the size of these cantaloupes over here.
Oh yeah. Big old cantaloupes. Next to my hand. These are gonna be ready to pick soon. Some of these are pretty massive, wow. If we just hop over the cantaloupes, we also have watermelons right here in the middle. Here's a sugar baby. Not ready to pick yet, but it's getting there. We don't get to do this as often as we'd like. Go for a walk through the fields and look at stuff. But I mean, sometimes when you have an opportunity, you can't pass it up. Look at this thing. That is getting pretty close to being ready to harvest. Very, very close. Look at that cantaloupe. That's probably the biggest one I've seen. There's my hand on it. I love this time of the year. You're starting to pick more and more stuff. Then you have other crops that are just about ready to harvest. Feels good. Feels really good. That tire got low pretty quickly, so Dad is taking it home right away. We should be fine. Should be fine for the ride home. And since I didn't want to ride on the back of the wagon with a tire that's going flat, I'm going with Daniel.
Welcome to the tractor.
The 155 has a lot more room in it.
Yeah, this one doesn't.
But that's okay. That just means we're closer together.
Yeah.
The change in the air temperature is very obvious, along with the humidity dropping like crazy. It feels like it's gonna rain, and that's what the forecast says. I just hope we don't get the amount of rain that they're forecasting. It is a lot, and flooding would not be a fun thing to deal with. Hopefully it won't be an issue tomorrow, but you know how it is. We'll just wear our mud boots. We got the wagon home, hooked the air compressor right up to it. Tires holding air, no issues. Must have just popped off the rim somehow. Your crazy driving does that.
It happens.
It happens. together, we were able to get 22 baskets of pickling cucumbers. Not too shabby, not too shabby. They're definitely not as hot as they were the other day when we were harvesting, but it's still steaming up in here. Now it is lunchtime. Let's see what we are having. Ooh, it looks like we are having hot ham and cheeses. That's good to me. All finished off with lunch. We've got all the pickling cucumbers moved inside. We were talking about what needed to be harvested this afternoon. And because we knew that we were planning on having storms later on in the week, I don't think we have anything more to pick today, which is good. We kind of wanted to stay out of the wet weather. I did bring all my wet weather gear with me today. Brought a nice hat, brought a nice rain jacket, but I didn't need to use it, so that is wonderful. For the afternoon today, we've got a pretty interesting job. Take care of the farm market. I know it's not that exciting, but you know, it's very, very important taking care of those customers, getting stuff sold, getting stuff filled up. Just needs to happen. A little update with the family. We had been getting over an illness and everybody was doing so well. I didn't catch it. I was like, I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get it. Lauren was sick, all the kids were sick. And then all of a sudden, it just got me. It just got me. And then, you know, I'll tell you what, I've been working through it. It hasn't been that bad. Just having trouble breathing. That's okay, I'll be strong. Hi, babies. Hi, Ronnie. Hi, Lily. Oh, it's dinner time. And how was your day today?
It's good. I was playing in my blue castle and my pink.
In her blue castle and her pink castle. Two castles. Isn't that crazy?
But my pink one is broken.
Yeah, we gotta get rid of the pink one. It's broken. Where are you sitting at? Are you sitting at the table? Yeah. Oh, look at you. Are you ready for dinner?
I'm sitting here.
Yeah, good. Since we've reached the end of the day, we're all sitting here at the dinner table. We are gonna eat some dinner. And since we're gonna eat dinner, that means this is where we're gonna end the video today. And we would like to thank everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.